I'll just use on this. Tracy, what's your name?
Tracy
Last name?
Ruzicka.
Spell your last name.
Ruzicka.
Tell me about the situation out here.
I have been noticing a lot of traffic back and forth. Dogs barking that sounded like they were in distress since March. It got really bad, and I meant to call somebody, but then my neighbor and I got along, and I didn't want to cause any waves. And then a friend of mine at work needed an adoptee to take her dog, so I suggested this lady. She took the dog, and the girl didn't feel real good about it, but she went ahead and left him. And then we tried to check on the dog's well-being, and she kept putting us off and not answering our texts, and I got worried. One thing led to another. My neighbor found one of her dogs running loose, so we walked over to take the dog back, and that's when we found the dead dog bodies in cages in front of her house. More than one.
The condition of the bodies, are they just decomposed?
Skulls, wads of fur, excrement. There's no telling how long it laid there. But all the yelping and loud barking started in March, and I just kept thinking, well, that's just part of the deal with being a foster. You're gonna have a lot of dogs barking, and I ignored it. I wish I hadn't.
And just quite a few dogs out there in cages?
From what I've been told from her family, there were several dogs that died before this ever was seen, and they were just telling her, you need to stop doing this. Give them medication or whatever you gotta do if you're gonna keep doing this. They were burying some of them, and they got tired of helping her.
How long has she lived out here? Quite a while?
Since 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is your name?
Melanie Jackson.
Melanie, tell me about the situation out here.
Well, a little emaciated black dog came into my yard on the 28th, and I scanned its chip because I hadn't seen the dog. I rescue, so I know every animal that's out here. And when I checked the chip, I ran the information. But before I even ran the information, I asked Tracy, our neighbor, hey, will you ask our other neighbor, because she has a lot of animals, if this is her dog? Well, she asked her, and she denied that was her dog. Well, when I finally got the chip read and got the information, it came right back to her. So right then I knew something was wrong. She'd already denied this dog. And so right after that, we wanted to return the dog, and have a talk with her to ask her why this dog looked like this and what was going on. Well, she wouldn't come to the door, so we kind of looked around, because you can't get to her door. You can't knock, so you have to kind of bang on things because it's blocked. You can't get up there. So we were trying to get her attention, and when we did, we started seeing dead animals, the remains in the kennels. And I just left. We left and called the sheriff's department. And from there, this is where we are.
So there was a garage where they were stacked up in there too?
Yeah, well, the in-laws came earlier today, and they were letting us know when they'd come and visit, or come over here and check on the property, that there were dogs in the garage with no ventilation, no air, no nothing. And they would ask them, like, why, is this okay? Because the dogs would be crying. And my neighbor Tracy observed one of the animals on top of the roof. Well, we went in there and saw that the dog had scratched its way up through the roof just to get out of there. This has got lots of, there's probably a lot of stuff nobody knows.
So this has been going on for a while?
At least 2 years.
Okay, name and title?
Montgomery County Constable Precinct 2. I'm Chief Deputy David Eason.
Tell me what you got out here.
We were alerted to an investigation that was over here at this address involving a possible animal cruelty. We executed a search warrant on this property, and were able to collect some evidence that we'll send off for forensic analysis. And at the conclusion of the investigation, we'll take a look at all the evidence, and if it rises to the element of animal cruelty, we'll present those findings to the district attorney's office for any kind of charges to seek justice.
What the evidence you found, what's it look like?
It looks like animal bones. It's hard to say what type of animal bones. We're going to need to send those off just to verify what type of animal it is.
Now, the reportee, they had several pictures with animals in cages. Were you able to find any of the cages?
There are some cages up there, and we've collected that video that she shot to compare that to what we found up there, along with the evidence that we've collected.
Were they in cages or anything like that?
There was some bones inside cages.
What about the garage area? They said there was quite a few cages back in the garage area.
I didn't see any from the outside of the garage area. We had our search warrant was for the property, and we did not search. We cleared the house for safety measures for law enforcement purposes, but once we did that, we backed out and we only searched the property.
Okay. All right.